The year began with a very different kind of election fight unfolding through this courtroom window. Not Republicans battling Democrats. We're used to that.
I really think that we ought to get behind Judge Morris and really push her.
Instead, incumbent Democratic Judge Brittanye Morris was suing the Democratic Party chairman after he wouldn't let her on the ballot this year to run for re-election.
So I'm asking the court to act in equity to overcome the mistake, the innocent mistake that was made in the form.
This form, the state-required ballot application. Morris admits she wrote her driver's license number down instead of the required state bar number, even though it clearly says right on the document what to do in black and white. And this is a judge who decides multi-million-dollar business disputes. The guy running to unseat Morris, Associate Judge Tracy Good, he caught the mistake, and the Democratic Party then rejected Morris's place on the ballot.
If we get past this problem and we're on the ballot, we're going to dust his britches.
Taylor begged the visiting judge assigned to this election fight to let Morris fight to stay on the ballot. She said no. But this is so much more than a court story. It's the makings of a great spy novel. The Spy in the Courthouse. And the questions of the hour, is that really why the Democratic Party is kicking Brittanye Morris off the ballot for what was clearly a clerical error? Is she being punished because other judges suspect she's the spy in the courthouse?
I have no idea. I literally have no idea.
We've learned in recent weeks that some Harris County judges are using encrypted social media apps to send secret messages to one another. Messages intended to disappear in time to avoid any potential of public scrutiny. But this message is now public record, part of a court filing, and it's a doozy. It was supposedly written by Judge Tamika Kraft, who was unloading to some fellow judges on that very same election lawyer we talked to, Andy Taylor. He was the guy last fall trying to force Judge Kraft into a whole new election with her opponent, Republican Aaron Lunsford. Quoting, Andy Taylor is a real clown, Kraft wrote in the message. He's a disgrace to the entire bar.
All judges should be held accountable for their actions and for what they say.
Taylor then used that private message to prove bias to get Kraft forcibly removed from another lawsuit Taylor was involved in. This is where the plot thickens some more. That lawsuit where Judge Kraft's secret message was leaked involved our old friend, embattled real estate developer Ali Chowdhury. We've been reporting on the exploits of that reputed real estate racketeer for years. He's also suing us now. And his close ties to Brittanye Morris are well documented.
It's different.
In fact, the judge got in trouble with the Judicial Conduct Commission because of her relationship with Chowdhury. Morris was a lawyer for just 5 years when she ran for judge. Another thing that's wrong with the way we elect judges in this state. She ran against Judge Daryl Moore. His rulings were hurting Chowdhury in a fight over this pricey Galleria area building. Chowdhury's lawyers helped bankroll Morris's campaign. A van even matching the description of Chowdhury's Mercedes displayed her banner on it. And when Morris won, one of her very first rulings helped Chowdhury in that controversial case.
Everyone should have their day in court. Everyone should have an even playing field.
Morris claimed the relationship was platonic, denied she was working on Chowdhury's lawsuit before she got the black robe. But a whistleblower released text messages that blew the judge's story apart. After the Judicial Conduct Commission reprimanded her, Morris appealed, but we busted her again, just hours before she was scheduled to testify at a hearing in Dallas with damaging new texts. Morris changed her mind about appealing, and she was lucky just to get a slap on the wrist. It's not a surprise Chowdhury tried to recuse Judge Kraft. Critics say it's part of his legal playbook. Bury your enemies in legal fees and take out the judges who rule against you. Chowdhury has been now able to recuse at least 6 Harris County District judges from hearing his cases. He's been losing a lot of his legal fights. But that's the other plot twist here. Exactly how did Andy Taylor get a hold of that secret message, Judge Kraft wrote, that then got her taken off Chowdhury's case. It was only sent between a select number of judges. Taylor will only say a client gave it to him, but privately, Morris is considered the likely spy. Is it just a coincidence that you're the lawyer for Judge Morris and also the lawyer for Ali Chowdhury, considering the questions about their relationship in the past?
So my client is Brittanye Morris. Brittanye Morris is paying me, and she has made a mistake on a document. I'm an election lawyer.
I'm done with the Ali bullshit. No. Ali thinks he's so slick, he can fuck everybody. No more.
That was the voice of another Chowdhury lawyer and business associate, Lloyd Kelly. Kelly since sued us, and along with Chowdhury, falsely claimed we somehow conspired to illegally record that conversation, that we're now conducting a public assassination campaign of the developer. But courthouse public records detail a wide swath of questionable Chowdhury real estate deals spanning over a decade. Judgments saying Chowdhury lies, rips folks off, commits fraud. But Chowdhury has a much bigger problem now than our ongoing investigation: the Justice Department. Last September, the Justice Department took the unusual step of asking a federal judge to punish Chowdhury for failing to turn over records subpoenaed more than a year before in a civil fraud investigation. Chowdhury's response? He couldn't financially afford to look for the stuff and turn it over. That won't fly with the feds. And this is a guy who just sold his River Oaks mansion, valued at $16 million on the tax rolls. You gotta admit that Ali Chowdhury's latest, let's call it a stall game, takes a lot of chutzpah. If you never heard of that word, it's one of my favorites. It's Yiddish for the nerve of it. In that very same court filing the other day, Chowdhury announced he had the money to hire yet another high-priced law firm, Haynes & Boone. Last time we checked, they don't work anywhere close to free. And you know who Chowdhury has paid to be his latest lawyer to fight the feds? Ryan Patrick, the former U.S. attorney. Ali Chowdhury has a maze of real estate companies he's accused of illegally hiding behind. But Jedal? That's his public face. On their website, the company boasts of having been involved in $7 billion worth of real estate ventures. Its 2 anchor properties, 2 buildings we all see along the West Loop, 1001 and 2425 West Loop South. What the site doesn't mention is one of those buildings is in bankruptcy. Financiers at the Bank of Kuwait are turning on Chowdhury. The other building facing foreclosure, a lawsuit accusing Chowdhury of cheating a school that rents there. If those are his anchors, how is Chowdhury staying in business? The Justice Department is expected to announce their next steps against him in just days. So will 2024 be the year Chowdhury's luck runs out? We may soon know.
It really means a lot that you take time to write the check, to visit the website, to come out.
But it's Brittanye Morris who is facing a career-ending price first. Will we see her as a guest at the next birthday party for Chowdhury's mom, busted for allegedly trying to cheat the government out of millions of dollars in taxes? You just can't make all this stuff up. What will the title of the sequel be? Stay tuned.